Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, or welcome if you're new here. So today is it's going to be fortnightly shop my stash till I'm back in work, and then it will go across to monthly again, I think. So we're going to do it a bit different because this is a new unit. So we're going to start off at the top. I'm going to talk about palettes last. I did bring this one in, this Just My Look palette, which you didn't see in the last shop my stash. It was the last palette that I needed to use, and now I can do my least favourite to favourite of the 9 pans. So yeah, we'll talk about the palettes last. We'll start off over here. So there's some things I want to keep in. This glowish powder, I'm tempted to keep it in just because I haven't got my overall thoughts on it, but I'm going to put it back for now and we'll just use a different powder. I think I'm going to bring the Reserve Your Cabana back in just to make some more progress on it. This Chanel bronzer I've had to move up to the top just to remind myself to use it. It is in Project Pan and I've been using it every single day, so yeah, it has worked. This is really my only poreless primer. I mean, I've got one at the back there, so let's put it away for now and I'll try using this one here. I don't think there's that much left in it, but we'll try using this instead. So we'll leave that in. Right, so this here is the Laura Mercier translucent powder. I'm going to put that back. I don't think I would repurchase that. I don't agree with the hype, to be honest. To me it's just a powder, whereas this one I do agree with the hype around this. It's a Too Faced Born This Way ethereal setting powder in translucent, so we're going to put that back, and then I'm going to try and make some progress on this collection one. So I brought this into a project, so that will stay. This is also going to stay in. I really do like this. It's the, let's see, it's a Becca Under Eye Brightening Corrector in light to medium. For some reason this camera's not focusing. Let's see if it's focusing now. Not really. Never mind. But that's what it is. Foundation wise, so we've got this Technique Luminous Glow one. I do really like it, but the pump is blocked and I've tried to unblock it and I just don't know how to do it. I put it in lukewarm water and it's still blocked, so I'm just gonna have to bring this into a project, I think, for the next foundation that we use, and try and use as much of that as possible. That one's going back. This one's also going back as well. This Catrice True Skin Hydrating Foundation, absolutely love that. And then this one at the back is going back as well. That's a Profusion Feel Good Skin. They all them foundations are a smidge too dark for me. So I definitely need to get, I believe Revolution do the, it's not like a mixer, it's a white foundation that you can mix into just any normal foundation that's too dark. It's got the same concept as it's a mixer for your foundation, but it's not, it's an actual foundation that's white. So I feel like I need to get that. What else do we have here? So we've got this Tinkerbell lip balm. She always stays on my vanity because she's cute. She always stays there. This Glossier Future Dew I'm going to keep out. I do want to use it all up. As we can see, she's here. I do need to get marker pens and mark things off. This collection primer can go back. Did use it a couple of times. This Rimmel Insta Strobing can go back. I did use that a couple of times as well. I really like it. What do we have in here? I think it's all brow products here. Yeah, they're all staying in. I brought this Zoeva brush in for this Chanel cream bronzer, and it works really well. This one is in 109. It's one of their face paint brushes. So yeah, that's that. This concealer can go back and we can choose something else. I think I'm going to keep that in. It's like a brightener, so we'll keep that in, as well as the other primer that I showed you. So that is the other brow product that I need to keep in. What do we have here? Right, so we've gone through all this section here. This primer as well is Project Pan. I've had to tilt it up that way to get all the product out. I don't think I'm going to get every last bit of it out, but I'm going to do what I can. So we'll keep that in. I'm going to sort out lipsticks last, because I don't know what I'm going to be pulling for 100%, but I know that I want to keep in my new lipsticks, and I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. This one can go back. I've only used it once. It's the Model Zone. It's that red one, which is like a raspberry shade, which a lot of you guys have liked, but that one can go back into my lipstick collection. Right, let's get the blusher palettes out. So we've had the Smashbox, I think it's Crush and Blush, yeah, Crush and Blush palette. I'll show you what it looks like inside. So that's what it looks like. I used all 4 of those blushes. I've only used that bronzer once. I used that today. I'd forgotten about it, and I pulled in another bronzer. So yeah, that can go back. This Moira Oh La La palette can go back as well. Which I only really used Blossom. I think I used My Heart. I haven't used any of the darker blushes yet. Dreaming and Heartbreaker. That highlighter I've used once in Honeymoon. It's a very, very glittery, guys. I'm not sure if I'm a lover of it. And we've got another lipstick here. So we've got more than that actually that are new. So I'm gonna show you in more detail what I knew, but I'll just give you a quick overview now. So we've got this one by NYX Liquid Suede. What shade was that? Brooklyn Thorn. So I've got that one. All these I want to stay in because I've not really used them. Then we've got this MUA Luxe Velvet one in the shade Symphonic, which is not picking up the shade, but it's called Symphonic. Then I've got my 2 MAC ones. We've got this one that I'm not really a lover of. This one is called Ripened. This one I do really, really like. I wore it yesterday when I did a look with the Just My Look palette. It's called Whale. Then we've got this one from Primark called Gossip. And then I've got this Wet n Wild gloss, which is called Rose, I think Rosebud. No, Bud Romance. So that's all the lipsticks I want. So some of these lipsticks are going to have to come out. And then we've got this palette that I want to use at least once a week. I need to do a look with it really, really soon. So yeah, we're going to be using that. So that's going to be staying in as well. Okay, so like I said, I've got some palettes there. I'm just going to put you on the tripod now. All these things in here are going back. We'll go to the tripod now and we'll look through the drawers. In fact, we might not even have to do that. Yeah, we do, because I want to talk about the palettes in more detail and I need to hold them. So let me just go and grab the tripod. Right, okay, so let's get the drawers down. Can we see? I think just that might be a bit better. Right, let's talk about this beautiful Dior highlighter palette. Part of me really wants to keep it in. It is a stunner, guys. Like when you swatch it, it doesn't look like it's going to be that pigmented, but when it's on your face it looks absolutely gorgeous. You can see the imprints are coming off. I did one day, I did mix all 4 shades and that looked really, really pretty, but for the most part I would go in with these 2 shades here, like for every day. So basically what you're getting in this palette is a sheer gold pearl highlighter, so that's good for every day. Then metallic pink gold, so that's good if you're going out and you want to be beaming, I guess. And then there's another metallic golden peach here, and then there's a shimmer rose one. So basically that's a right, let's open it up. So that's the sheer gold one, then we've got the shimmer rose one down there, and then both these are metallics. Really, really, really pretty. Absolutely adore that. Bronzer, I use the Jennifer Rooms one more than anything, the powder bronzer. So I just use this side. This side is just a little bit too dark for me, if you can see that there. So once I've used this up, it would just get decluttered, because the only way I could use that as an eyeshadow, and I've got so many tones as an eyeshadow in that, or I could kind of like put it in some setting spray and try and use it up that way. But yeah, that's going back in the collection. I've only used this once, but I do really like this cream blush from Kiko. I'm actually near enough hitting pan on it. I can see some silver just coming through there. Let's have a look. Yeah, can you see? I've just smudged it and I've hit pan. So that's the shade there. It's kind of like a bronzer shade. I was using it as bronzer for a long time, but it is a blush, so I put it back in my blush collection. It's a Rebel Bouncy blush in 01 Velvet Peach. Real pretty packaging. Kiko does some of the best products. I definitely want to get more of Kiko in 2022. I didn't use this at all, but I'm just keeping it in for when I do want to use it. I was tempted to use it because I had the Dior highlighter palette in for 2 weeks, and by the second week I was kind of getting a bit fed up with it. So that's the pan that we've hit on that one, but I've not used it at all this fortnight. Eyeshadow base is just the usual W7 Get Set. I did use this L'Oreal Paris Infallible blush paint in the shade Tangerine Please. I don't think I like it that much. I don't know whether to keep it in for one more use, because I have only used it once or twice. Yeah, let's do that. I'm going to keep this highlighter stick in as well, because I want to use that a little bit more this year. Now, I use this as cream blush, but I didn't use that at all either. This one is in the shade Stoned Rose. It's by Charlotte Tilbury, and I only used this once as well. I don't know if I'll be keeping this, you know. If I've got similar blushes, which I think I have, even in palettes, there's one very similar to it in my Becca palettes, both in my Jaclyn Hill champagne palette that she did, and also in also in another Becca palette. If that's the case, I mean, this feels like it's drying up anyway. I might just take it all out and do a back to MAC with it, because that's it there. And I think we're just going to get rid of that. You'll probably see that in the declutter. I'm going to go through the first palettes I used. So we use this one first. It's the Anastasia, I think it's the Sunset palette. It is a stunner. Absolutely love this shade. If you've got texture on your eyelids, it's not great, guys, at all. What I'm thinking about doing next time, I said it in the video, is maybe going in like using this one, but using this one. It does look nice. I tried it before, and they do look nice over one another. Just need to go in with a bit more of that shade. I mean, look how nice that looks over one another. So I'll try that next time. But yeah, it is a really, really nice palette. The mattes blend out really nicely, and then there's this rose gold one that's really pretty as well. It's just this one showed a bit of texture, but it could have been the glitter glue I was using, as the Too Faced glitter glue has had its day now, so I've had to buy a new one. But yeah, this palette is really good. It's nice for travelling with, but you don't have a mirror, unfortunately. Then we've got the Grandeur palette. Guys, this palette is, if you like grunginess in your eyeshadows, you'll love this. I absolutely adored playing with this palette. It's a stunning excuse me. It's a stunning palette. Standout shades for sure was that shade Lavish and then that shade Need. And yeah, the third look that I did with the palette, when I did a glitter look using excess, that looks really nice as well. So yeah, that one's gonna go back into the collection now. I think that was it. Oh, by the way guys, in these drawers I placed some of these like kind of containers in, just so that things aren't going everywhere. They were going all over the place, so I put 2 of those containers in that one, which nothing slides around anymore, thank goodness, because that was kind of doing my head in a little bit. And I think this is just Project Pan. That's not Project Pan. That should really be up there, but there wasn't any room for it. It's just the Essence All About Matte. It kind of is Project Pan actually. I just use it to chisel out my bronzer, so that's that. And I'm just trying to think, is there anything else? No, they're all Project Pan. So have we gone through it already? No, there's some palettes up top, isn't there? I think there's just 2 though. Right, so then we use this Mint to Be palette, and I absolutely loved using these greens as well. A lot of my looks are on Instagram, but I am going to put them into this video and you can see all the photos that I took for Instagram. Absolutely gorgeous mint green palette. If you want a good mint green palette, I would recommend this one. It's really pretty. And then because I knew I had 2 weeks to do this Shop My Stash and we weren't quite there yet, I brought this Just My Look in and did 3 days free looks with this palette, and I absolutely loved it. Got quite a few compliments on the look when I used this Mary Jane shade. It is the standout shade of the palette. I absolutely love Olive Hue as well. Yeah, it's just a really pretty palette. Again, if you want an inexpensive green eyeshadow palette, I would recommend this one. But yeah, I will show you the looks that I created with this beautiful palette, and I think that's it. Right, let's see if there's any lipsticks that I can kind of declutter. Not declutter, but get rid of. I don't think there is. Right, so what we're going to do about lipsticks is we're going to choose the palettes, because I don't know what palettes I'm going to be bringing in. I've got an idea of one palette. Because you guys wanted to see that next, and then we'll have a look at lipsticks that we want to be bringing in. So guys, let's go over to my main collection and we'll pick out some goodies for the upcoming fortnight. I think I've figured out why it was all kind of blurry, because we were zoomed in. These plastic things here are also new. So yeah, hang on a minute. Okay, so as I was saying, this plastic thing here, that's new. I've also got one in my collection somewhere, so you'll see that when we get to it. I think it's, no, I've got 2. I've got one for my blushes and one for my highlighters. They fit absolutely loads in, but this is looking a bit crowded just because it's got, well, concealers here, primers and foundations. So what do I want to do? Let's choose. Do I need a primer? No, we won't choose a primer for this rotation. I don't feel like I need one because I've got I've got a poreless one. Now if that poreless one doesn't work or I run out of it, then I'll just bring this one in, but for now it's just going to stay in the drawer. Foundations then. I was looking at, not that one, I was looking at these Wet n Wild ones, and I've not used these in ages. I thought that's just a normal Wet n Wild Photo Focus foundation in Soft Ivory, so I thought I'd bring that in because I'd be able to use my Glossier Future Dew with that because it's quite matte. That's the only matte foundation I've got, and then I thought, why not bring this in, this Wet n Wild Dewy foundation in. So yeah, I think I'll just concentrate on those two Wet n Wild ones. At one point I really liked that Wet n Wild one. I used to have two. I know I've got two, just don't know where the other one is. Oh, never mind. I just don't know if that's the newer one that I opened or the older one. It feels quite full. I'm sure it's up to there. So that's quite full. Let me just see if I can find my other one that I've got. Right, so I've found them both. They both look about the same. I've obviously not used them that much, so we'll just use the one I got out originally, which is here. So that's it for foundations. Concealers. A lot of these concealers I don't even like. Right, let's bring this one out again. So it's the Glossier Stretch Concealer in G12. Everyone raves about this. I just don't see the hype of it. So we'll fetch that in for now. I want to also fetch this one in. Again, I don't really see the hype of this. So it's the Hollywood Flawless Filter for a Superstar Youthful Glow. My shade is Too Fair. It's just the travel size, so we're gonna work on that and see if I like it any better. So we've got 2 weeks for that. So powders then. I know we've got one. Oh, I definitely want to bring this in, this finishing powder. So we'll bring the Reserve Your Cabana in. Make some more progress there. I don't really know how I feel about this Nude by Nature one that I got from Feel Unique, so I feel like I want to fetch that one in. Bronzers, I do have a new bronzer. This is a glowy one from Revolution. This shade is in Long Weekend, so we'll bring that, and now I need a matte one. We've got the Chanel bronzer though, and that would probably just look really nice over the top of it. Yeah, we won't fetch a matte bronzer in then. Is that everything? Right, so this is the drawer, guys. As you can see, I've had to kind of put things where I could fit them. So that's what we're looking like now. I think that's it. I was thinking about fetching this one in for under eye setting powder, but I can actually use that Essence one. The one that I use to chisel out my bronzer, I can use it for under eye as well. I have been doing that and I'll get more use out of it as well. So we'll leave this here, guys. They're the products we've picked out so far. So as you can see, this is the most changes. So I'll just run you through it. So all this container is blushers. I know, we really need to do the declutter. So right at the back is, that one isn't, but right at the back here is cream blushers. And then all these are highlighters. We've got some face palettes here. Face palettes at the back there. I need to drop these off at my sister's really and get them out of the drawer. So that's what we're looking like here. This new watch that I've got, I got it just before Christmas and I have been wearing it. If you watch closely enough at my Shop My Stash videos, you'll be able to see that I've been wearing it. It's a little bit different to the last tracker that I had. That one was more oval. This one looks more like a Apple Watch, which is what I wanted, and it has more features on it. And I know this is a short my stash video, but I'm going to be doing a review on this really soon. First impressions / review. Right, let's really decide, really focus on what I want to use. So this one, I've been meaning to pull out this for ages. Absolutely love the look of this. So, I mean, how cute is that packaging, guys? So it's the Smashbox Halo Cheek palette. I got this for half price from Look Fantastic. That's the only reason I've got it in the collection. So you're getting 2 highlighters, soft pearl powder highlight and a rich gold powder highlight. I think the rich gold will be too gold for me, and then you're getting 2 putty blushers. So let's just put it on the desk and I'll show you what it looks like when we're over there later. Right, so there's 2 blushes there, isn't there? Yeah, 2 blushes. So I need more than 2 blushes for a fortnight. It was getting to the point, like I said earlier, when I was just kind of like getting fed up of what I'd chosen. So what are we going to choose then? This, for sure. I absolutely love this Natasha Denona cheek duo, so that one's coming in. Hey, I've got a theme here. I've kind of realised I'm setting myself up for Valentine's Day. So yeah, we've got that. I do want a couple of powder ones. I love this one. Yeah, we'll choose that one. This is where it kind of goes. I don't really know what else I want. Oh, there was a Flower Beauty one that I haven't used that much of. And there's that one that Karen sent to me. I have used that recently. Where is it? That one. Let's bring that one in. And let's bring my no, it needs to be more of a mauve toned. Is it this one? That's peach. Yeah, it's this one. It's the Barry Face Fresh Cheek and Lip Tint. I just use it for a blush, not a lip tint. That can go under both of the Clinique and actually no, we'll bring one in for the Clinique. That one will be really good under the Clinique, so we'll bring that in. Yeah, so they'll look really nice under the powder blushes, I think. Right, so I don't know what to do for highlighters. Not that one, it's broken. I don't know whether to try. I know I don't want to keep all of these. I mean, they're cute and everything. And again, it would go with that whole Valentine's Day theme. So what's that one called? Pearl, Rose Gold and Champagne. Right, I don't think I want the Rose Gold one, because that's too dark. I think that'll be getting decluttered when we come to do the declutter. I only really need to keep one of these, and I don't know which one to use this time, so I'm going to put it on the desk and we'll swatch them out and see. So that's one highlighter. We've got 2 in the palette. I do feel like I want a couple more out of here though. I just don't know which ones. I was looking at this one, but I don't really like it. But it's too expensive to declutter, but if I don't like it, I'm not wearing it, then why keep hold of it? Oh guys, I wish you was here to help me. Look at all these highlighters and I don't know what to choose. Part of me is being drawn to this one. If I'm being drawn to it, I may as well use it. So it's the Benefit Cookie. That's one. Not used this one for ages either. Oh, this one. This one's cute. It's like one of those hollow highlighters. I really like it. Forgot I even had that. I've not had it that long either. So Diamond Dust. Maybe just one more for kicks. Maybe one of these. These are kind of my two favourites. Besides the cookie, maybe bring the Dior one in. So we'll bring that one in as well. And I think that's it for highlighters. So we've done palettes. Right, so a couple of these eyeshadow palettes up here, I know what I want to use. Definitely, without a shadow of a doubt, I don't know why I've left it so long. We need to be bringing Sydney Grace and Mel Thompson's Tiny Marvels palette in. I also want to bring this in for 2 days, 2 looks. So this one is the Pat McGrath Labs in Celestial Odyssey, I think. There is a name on it. We'll see when I take it out of the packaging, but I'm sure it's called Celestial Odyssey. Right, so now we need to go to my Colourpop and choose a palette from there. I'm going to choose the palette that you guys asked me to use, and that's the Colourpop Flutterby. And this I think I'm going to be using for my Valentine's Day looks. I'm going to look at the palette. I can't remember what it looks like. If I can get some Valentine's Day looks out of it, we'll be using this. Like do a 3 days free looks for Valentine's Day or something like that. I don't know whether to pull one more. Not from Colourpop, from somewhere else, just in case I'm able to use all them up. Let me just see. Right, so I think I'm just going to bring this small palette in and see what I think about it. I've never used it before, I've only swatched it. Some people say it's really good, some people say it's really bad, and that will give us 4 palettes, and that should be enough for 2 weeks. Now, it could go on for a month if I'm back in work. I don't know if I'm going to be back in work. All I know is to wait for a phone call, and they could have me starting like the next day or the next 2 days, and if that happens then the videos aren't going to be as frequent, but I have got quite a lot backed up. So yeah, there is that. Is that everything? No, lipsticks. Let's put everything away first and then we'll look at colour stories and decide on the lipsticks. Right, okay, let's get cracking. I think palettes need to be on top. Leave the lipsticks out for a minute. The problem now with these two sections here is there isn't a lot of room, you know. Right, let's just get a wipe and then I can decide which highlighter I want from these two highlighters. Okay, so we've got Pearl. I think that's the lightest one. I mean, I've got highlighters like this. I certainly don't need to keep them all. This looks a bit like Cookie, so maybe it's best we don't use this one. I think I'm going to do a comparison with Cookie. Cookie's a lot smoother. That's Cookie. Cookie's a little bit deeper. So I don't want a highlighter like Cookie, so I mean it's nice to keep in the collection, but I don't want to be using it. I want something a bit different. So that was Pearl, that one can go back in the collection. For some reason I pulled Champagne, which I don't think I meant to do. No, I definitely didn't mean to do that. Let me see what the other one was called. Oh, the other one was called Rose Gold. The only problem here is I'm not liking the way Champagne's looking. It's looking too dark. So I think I've made my decision on what I'm going to be keeping when I do the declutter. I think I'll keep that and probably get rid of the other two. Let's just swatch Rose Gold. So Rose Gold is clearly darker. Yeah, I'm definitely going to get rid of those two highlighters. Just leave that for a minute. Right, so I don't really want to be pulling any of those. I might need another highlighter then, because I've only got two. I'll show you what this palette looks like. Right, so that one there I can use, but that one there is too dark. I'll be able to use that as a bronze topper. And then these two are the blushes. So, oh, we've actually got the highlighter in this Natasha Denona duo, and I absolutely love that. So we've got two highlighters, but that's not going to be enough for 2 weeks, is it? Right, let me just... I've got some in Project Pan as well. Let me just grab another one quickly. This one is again going on to like the Valentine's theme. It's a lot like my Dior one in a way. Right, so that's the Too Faced one. I'll swatch the Dior one. The Dior one's pinker. Don't know if it's going to show up on camera, but Dior is definitely more pink. That's enough for there. Oh, it's not going to close because I've got these plastic containers in. Right, let's put blushes here. Why are you not closing? Something's stopping it. Oh, it's that thing at the back. I'll put this in here. Okay, so then. Right guys, I can't even remember where we was, what I was saying or what. Right, so we've got this Glossier Stretch Concealer. This is going to have to go on the top of my Becca one. I'll just put that underneath actually. Okay, so we were talking about palettes. So we've got this Pat McGrath Labs Celestial Odyssey Luxe Quad, which is absolutely gorgeous. I'll say it again, I've said it when I did the swatch video, it does look better in packaging like that to packaging like that. I believe this is the older Pat McGrath packaging, because the newer one I think just says PML. I think so anyway, but yeah, that's that's what that one looks like. I can't wait to do 2 days 2 looks with this palette, especially this shade here. It looks absolutely beautiful. That shade is called Alien Moon. So yeah, we'll be using that. I'm going to keep this in the packaging, or I'm going to try to. I hope it will fit somewhere. Right, and then you guys chose this one. So this is the Colourpop Flutterby, and I'm thinking maybe I could do some looks with this for Valentine's Day. Yeah, it's got some nice pink tones in it. So yeah, we're definitely going to be using that. More likely to do a Valentine's Day look, or looks. Probably 3 days 3 looks with it. Not too sure whether I'm going to pull that other palette yet. Then I pulled this one, just because I want to get my fill of yellows, guys. And this is a proper yellow gold palette with hints of bronze running through it. So I thought I would test it out. If I don't like it, I'll declutter it. And then there's this one, saving the best till last. The Tiny Marvels palette by Sydney Grace. It's got the same packaging on the front. So it's by Sydney Grace and Mel Thompson, as we all know. And I want to do about 5 looks with this palette, guys. I think I'll probably end up using this one first. So let's see if we can get these up top somewhere, and then I'll walk you through it again because you won't have seen me putting everything up top. Right, let's get these palettes out, and we also need to choose our lipsticks as well. Okay, we'll just leave that like that. Right, let's go through the lipsticks and see what we want to keep in. I want to keep in this one because it's a nice mauve toned lipstick, and I think it will go well with the Flutterby for Valentine's Day. I think I can get rid of these little Charlotte Tilburys for a little while. In fact, they're probably, yeah, let's just put them here in case I do need them. I'll get rid of this one. I have had this on a couple of times. I want to keep this Kylie lipstick in because again it'll go nice with the Flutterby palette. This one is in the shade Kristen. So I think, I don't know whether to put ginger back. Keep it out. Put this one back because we've got a couple of pinky nudes in. I haven't used it, but never mind. Put the Charlotte Tilbury one back. It's in the shade Glastonbury. I'll put that back. If I need it, I can always grab it. So that one is in the shade Patina. And then there was those new lipsticks. So just let me grab. Right, so there's all these nudes. I mean, that's quite a funky colour, so I'm not too sure I'll get use out of that. But we'll put it in anyway. And again, this is a nude. I just want to gather my opinions on these new lipsticks. This is a really nice one for Valentine's Day, so we will use that. Then we've got these MAC lipsticks. So we've got Ripened. That one's Whirl. I have used that once. And then that one's Ripened. This one is Gossip. And I think I've got one in my handbag, so I won't. In fact, we need a red. How can we not do a red on Valentine's Day? Let me go and grab one. So I'm bringing 2 in. We've got that Maybelline Superstay Matte Ink in 117 Groundbreaker. And then this one is from Primark. I just want to see what my thoughts are on this. It's a lip liner and a lip crayon in one. That one can just go at the back there. Right, so let's talk about what we've got in. There are the lipsticks that we've just ran through. So we've got kind of a Project Pan palette here for the year. We've got my Pat McGrath Lab Celestial Odyssey quad there. My Natasha Denona blush duo there, my Smashbox palette there. Then we've got the Wet n Wild Colour Icon palette there. If you're interested, this is called Call Me Sunshine. Very inexpensive. It's from Just My Look if you're interested and live in the UK. We've got the Colourpop Flutterby, the Mel Thompson and Sydney Grace Tiny Marvels palette back there. We've got a project pan item there that I want to use up. My Chanel bronzer, my Cookie highlighter, my 2 foundations there, my Becca under eye corrector there, Glossier Stretch Concealer, Nude by Nature powder, and then the powder that I'm panning hopefully. Then there's just a few bits and pieces here, mainly brow products and some primers back there. So that's all what's on top. And then in the drawers here, you can't fit as much in the drawers, but it still holds quite a bit. So we've got my Revolution bronzer, 3 highlighters there. So we've got the Laura Geller one, we've got the Dior one and the Too Faced one. We've got the cream blushes there, the Flower Beauty and the Barry M. We've got highlighter stick, we've got the Charlotte Tilbury Flawless filter there. There's a lipstick there by Charlotte Tilbury that I use as cream blush as well. Then we've got the Clinique, what's it called? Clinique Cheek Pop in Ginger Pop there. Then the Flower Blush in the shade, let's turn it around, Sweet Pea. Then we've got my Infallible blush pen here, which I want to try out a little bit more to get an opinion on it. The W7 Get Set. Brow products here, lip scrubs, that's just another lip balm back there. And then, whoops, I'll have to get that in a minute. We've got Project Pan down here. So yeah, they're all Project Pan. So yeah, that's all my Project Pan items, guys, which we'll talk about probably mid-February, because I did speak to you about it late in January. But yeah, this is what we're working with this fortnight. This concludes the video. Thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate your time and support on the channel. Please like, subscribe, share and comment, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye guys.